Hello, YouTube. Alright, here's the next installment of my questions to you guys. The question this time is, what is your favorite operating system? Simple as that. Now, you can have an ultimate favorite operating system. That I do want to hear, but I also am curious as to what your favorite operating system is if you break it down into categories. And the categories I'm thinking of are something like Windows-based operating systems, Macintosh operating systems, Linux distributions, and Unix distributions. Now, Mac OS X is Unix, but I'll include that in the Mac OS category because they're a little bit different than most Unix distributions as far as Mac OS X goes. My favorite OS ever is probably Mac OS 10.4 Tiger. That is by far the best operating system I have ever used. It was stable, it was reliable, I had no problems with it. And it's fast, you know? It was great. And the later builds of it were available on when Apple started making Intel-based machines. I'm still adamant that it is the best operating system I've ever used. And I still have the CDs for it, so I can still install it on this Mac Mini if I need Tiger, which is great. It's an insanely great operating system. The only thing is that it's a little bit out of date now, and Leopard and Snow Leopard are sort of taking over, and Leopard wasn't as stable, I don't think. Snow Leopard, I'm kind of debatable. I don't know. But now I'll break it down into categories for you. My favorite Windows operating system? That's a tough one. My favorite Windows operating system is Windows 2000, by far. Windows 2000 was the best ever release of Windows. It was stable, like Mac OS 10.4. It was stable, reliable, and just all around robust and awesome. You know, it was great. It's still my favorite to this day. I mean, nowadays I use XP, Vista, and 7 because, you know, they're newer. XP is the closest to Windows 2000 you could possibly get, I think, because Windows 2000 was Windows NT 5.0, and Windows XP is Windows NT 5.1. So it's essentially in the same family. My favorite Mac operating system, Mac OS 10.4 Tiger, as I just said before. Stable, robust, reliable. Linux distribution, that's a tough one, actually. I really don't have a favorite because there's so many. I have a couple of ones that I really like, though. Those being the variant Ubuntu and its derivatives, because it's a very, very intuitive operating system, and it's flexible with desktop environments. It has GNOME, it has KDE, and it has XFCE, and you could probably install others if you wanted to. I also like Linux Mint. It's based on Ubuntu, but Linux Mint has a very clean look to it. Although when you start it up, it's like 7-Up on your computer with the backgrounds and stuff. But it's based on Ubuntu, which is based on Debian version of Linux, which is a very, very good version of Linux. I really, really like it. You know, Mint has a very clean interface. It's very welcoming to Windows users, so to speak. And the other version I really like is Slackware. Actually, Slackware is an excellent server OS. It's great for hosting. It's great for hosting your own server because it's highly customizable. You can get to the root without jumping through a bunch of hoops. I mean, it really allows you to work with the root. You don't have to type in sudo every 5 seconds. As far as Unix goes, my favorite version of Unix, my favorite distribution of Unix is probably FreeBSD. It's one of the best versions of Unix I've ever seen. Mac OS X is based off of FreeBSD. It's built on FreeBSD. Darwin, I believe, is built on FreeBSD. I'm not sure, but I think it is. Darwin's the kernel that Mac OS X uses, by the way. And those are my favorite operating systems. And in case you didn't hear before, my favorite operating system of all time is Mac OS 10.4 Tiger. There you go, Tiger on Intel specifically being the best one. That's it. What do you guys think is the best operating system in those categories and of all time? Let me know. Video response, text, comment, whatever you like. So, yeah. Have a good one, everybody. Ciao.